is CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Naja Sherman, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Let's take a look at today's top stories. We begin with a developing story out of Virginia Gardens. A fire left several people, including a firefighter, hospitalized. It happened at a 3-story building close to Miami International Airport. CBS News Miami's Yvonne Taylor is at the scene.
And right now, you're looking at Northwest 36th Street, which is actually right now blocked off to traffic. The building, which is, according to neighbors, completely empty, is this one that you're looking at, located on 66th Avenue. You can see from there some of the ladder from the fire trucks. Preliminary information indicates 3 people were injured, including a firefighter. At least one of them was airlifted to Jackson Memorial Hospital. Now let's take you to some chopper for video so you can see the scene from up above. It appears as though it was a training operation where Miami-Dade firefighters and international freighters were part of an exercise that may have led to an accident. The condition for any of the people removed from the fire has not been revealed. So back out to the scene. If you or a relative travel through this intersection, keep in mind nearly a dozen fire units are here at Northwest 36th Street, which is at this time closed. It may remain like that later on. Coming up at 5 p.m., we'll have the testimony from Miami-Dade Fire Department Public Information Officer. Was it an accident? Was it a training facility? Or what caused the fire? That's going to be at 5 p.m. We are in Virginia Gardens. I'm Yvonne Taylor, CBS News, Miami.
Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
And taking a live look outside, it is a nice way to end the week on the first full day of summer, but rain chances will be increasing as we head into the weekend. Let's get right to Next Weather. Meteorologist Cindy Pressler.
You may need an umbrella this weekend. We've had a couple of dry days now. Beautiful out there, as a matter of fact, and our temperature is up to 90 degrees so far. So seasonal temperatures are going to stick right around 90 as we head through the weekend and into next week. Weekend showers and storms more likely inland tomorrow, and then Sunday I think we'll get them closer to the metro areas, and heavy downpours are possible next week with slow-moving storms, and that's just because our winds are going to flip to a southwesterly direction. That means it's the East Coast that are going to get those afternoon showers and storms. Right now we have a few showers showing up mainly over Monroe County, maybe a shower here and there, but overall it's a dry Friday afternoon. There's those little showers, maybe 1 or 2 out here in the Everglades, trying to get some moisture in from the Atlantic, but not having a lot of luck today. We've got that dry air still in place. Winds so far, our gusts have been over 20 miles per hour. Now they've died down. We have a wind at 12 miles per hour out of the east. You heard that wind there on Yvonne's mic. That's because of these gusty winds. And because we have the onshore flow continuing with the southeasterly winds this weekend, we're going to continue with the high rip current risk now extended through Saturday night along the beaches, Broward County, all the way down through Miami-Dade. Use some caution if you're going to be at the beach this weekend. And by the way, we have a full moon tonight, and it's called the strawberry moon. That's because this is the time of the year we have strawberries growing, but it's a short season, so it rises in the east just before dusk. The fullest part will be at 9:08 p.m. tonight. That's the full strawberry moon. It's not a super moon, but it's actually going to appear kind of large as it rises up from the horizon, so kind of cool to see. So here's your forecast. Rain tracker at 4 p.m. Well, this is overdone, you see there on the Gulf, but so keep that in mind as we go into tomorrow. I think this is overdone as well, but it shows the trend, forming some showers and storms mainly over the interior, the inland areas, and then pushing them off to the west. That's because our winds will be out of the east-southeast over the weekend, and then Sunday a little bit more moisture here to work with, so more widespread showers and thunderstorms. Again, they could drift toward the east coast later in the evening, but it's something to be aware of, and not a washout definitely, but still we'll have that chance for some storms. Into the tropics we go. This area down here in the Bay of Campeche, still a 60% chance of development. That'll be into tomorrow, so we're going to watch that. That rain will move into Mexico, and this one looks like it's washing out, so no impacts at all across South Florida. So right now we don't have much going on out there. Temperatures staying around 90 degrees with about a 50% chance for showers and thunderstorms into next week.
New details in the federal charges made against Hialeah Councilwoman Angelica Pacheco. The 37-year-old faced a federal judge. She was indicted on healthcare fraud charges. She's accused of falsely billing private insurers millions of dollars. She is charged with exploiting her business to submit $19.1 million in fake bills to multiple Florida insurance companies. An update now on that Miami apartment complex fire. It was one of the worst in our city's history. Chopper 4 over the scene today. You can see a major portion of the complex is now gone. Demolition began Tuesday. City officials deemed it on the verge of collapsing. More than 40 residents lost everything in that fire. A SWAT situation in a Fort Lauderdale neighborhood. The FBI and police surrounded a home and used smoke bombs to get the suspect out of the house. CBS News Miami's Ted Scouten brings us the report.
It was about 6:30 this morning when the FBI raided this home here in Fort Lauderdale. You can see that boarded up window left behind. A neighbor captured video of the FBI moving in, telling someone named Ryan to walk toward the SWAT team backwards. Moments later, the sound of smoke bombs being fired. Seconds later, a man is seen walking backwards as he's taken into custody. The Department of Health and Human Services confirmed that they served an arrest warrant this morning as part of a routine law enforcement procedure. They did not give any more information. We'll have more details coming up at 5. In Fort Lauderdale, Ted Scouten, CBS News Miami.
A new Supreme Court ruling this morning. The High Court upheld a federal law. It's banning domestic abusers from owning guns. It was an 8-1 decision. Gun rights groups argued that the law violated the Second Amendment. The decision is a win for gun control activists. It could help support similar gun regulations in the future. The countdown is on to next week's presidential debate. President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump go head-to-head in their first debate. President Biden is at Camp David right now. Former President Trump will hold a rally tomorrow in Philly. New federal filings show Trump eclipsing Biden in fundraising totals. In fact, Trump beat Biden by more than $60 million over the last 2 months. And a reminder, CBS News Miami will simulcast the CNN-hosted presidential debate. It is next Thursday in Atlanta. The network will also have extensive pre- and post-event coverage. It begins at 8 p.m. right here on CBS News Miami. A new proposed light rail system offers an easier way to get from Fort Lauderdale to Hollywood Airport to Port Everglades. A sneak peek when we come back. Welcome back to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. It's been a long time coming, but finally there will be an easier way to get from Fort Lauderdale Hollywood Airport to Port Everglades. CBS News Miami's Joan Murray has a sneak peek of the proposed light rail system.
I'm Joan Murray here at the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport, and you see all these flights arriving. A lot of people are here to take a cruise. Well, if you need to get from the airport to the port, your only option right now is either a bus, an Uber, or a taxi. But what if there were another way? Well, Broward County is looking at that other way. It is a proposed light rail system. Here's what it looks like. It would connect the airport, Port Everglades, and the new convention center that's going to open, supposed to open the end of next year. We talked to passengers how they'd feel about this new light rail system being installed.
That was CBS News Miami's Joan Murray. You can catch her full story tonight at 5. Now to the Panthers' hunt for the Stanley Cup. Will the third time be a charm for the Cats? The Panthers are in Edmonton ahead of tonight's Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Final. The Panthers are looking to win the first Stanley Cup in franchise history. Despite getting blown out in Game 4, the Panthers are embracing the challenge of going back to the hostile environment. They tell us they are simply looking at it as an opportunity to get the job done.
I don't think there's been a champion ever in the history of the sport that's had a perfect playoff run. We're no different. Edmonton's no different. We're both in this position for a reason. And like Chucky said, tomorrow's a new day, and we're thrilled about the opportunity ahead.
And don't forget to catch our pregame show Hunt for the Cup with Steve Goldstein and Mike Cunha. That's tonight beginning at 6 p.m. only on our CBS Miami YouTube channel. Now, if the Panthers were to lose tonight, Game 7 would be back here in Sunrise Monday night at 8 p.m. Happening now, the Panthers hope to be in this position next week. Take a look at those crowds. Thousands of fans packing the streets of Boston as we speak to honor the 2024 NBA champs. There will be a duck boat parade to honor the Celtics. Boston defeated the Dallas Mavericks earlier this week in the NBA Finals. That's the CBS News Miami Quickcast. I'm Naja Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami. And go Cats.